It's been a huge couple of years for climate architecture. So we've had the Climate Change Commission get up and rolling and make, a library's worth of recommendations already. We've had the government implement major reforms to the ETS. We've had consultation on the climate disclosure rules. We've had 2, coming up 3 major IPCC reports land, and those were the first ones for about 5 to 7 years, depending on which chapter you're talking about. So there has been a massive amount of stuff coming down the pipeline.
2.5 years ago, we weren't an advocacy organisation. Yep, we are an advocacy organisation now. Not only that, we're a trusted partner of government. And why are they listening to us? Because we crowdsource from you, and it brings real credibility to the work that we do. It's 135, that's right, now 135 companies and organisations doing amazing things every day in sustainability.
Very briefly on Genesis, we've always believed we're sustainable in a broad sense. We focus on gender diversity. We've got a policy called Minding the Gap. We focus on pay equity. We focus on the communities we work in around the country, in our power stations and various other places. And we do lots of great environmental things. But a few years ago, we realized we needed to do something a bit more substantial about our carbon emissions. So we own the largest carbon emitting power station down the road at Huntly. But we laid out a strategy then called Future Gen, which was to decarbonise baseload thermal, which is the always-on thermal plant. As we move to a 98% renewable system by 2030, which all our modelling says we will be, we're going to be on this difficult transition of trying to balance decarbonising with backing the system up to make sure electricity stays reliable and is always on when it's needed. I think there's been some awesome achievements by SBC. Mike and his team have led it, many have contributed to it. But I see this really interesting and important role that SBC plays to grab all these companies, grab them all together and try and create some kind of consensus that then needs to go to government to drive government to do better and also encourage all of us to do better as well.
Why shouldn't the policy response be built around things that business wants to do, things that business is already doing, and things that leading businesses in climate action in New Zealand have already identified as being the most efficient and best ways forward. So I will be fascinated to see, what ideas you come up with this year and to what extent that gets built into our path to 2030.
But we can't do this alone. And so one of the things that we've done a lot of over the last year is partnerships, recognising that a little organisation like ours can achieve something, but it can't achieve a lot if it doesn't work with others. And we've been stunned by the nature of those partnerships. They're such generous partnerships. But in the end, I want to bring it back to you guys, because that is the power of this organisation. It's not about the dozen people that sit within your secretariat. It's not about the projects that we do. It's about you as organisations signing up for what is a very, very challenging task, which is to make business in New Zealand much more sustainable. And I'm very, very proud of that. I'm very proud to belong to an organisation that does it.
It's critical for New Zealand that we get this right. And from what I'm hearing from everyone around there, we haven't just yet. We've got lots of work to do, but we have a fantastic base, 135 companies. And for what Mike just indicated, there'll be a lot more come on the journey. We need to have a group where we continue to adjust our strategy. And the challenge of the new board coming in and the new group of people and our members is to make sure we keep refining it, make sure we get it right. So at the first board meeting, what we're going to be committed to is actually redefining our strategy, not changing it because it's all there, but how we're going to execute it in a bite-sized piece where we're going to make a difference for the next generation. My role, the board's role, and the members is to support you, to help you, give you what you need to make a difference for New Zealand.